What's Dom's last name again? Vandersher. Does he have the drone up? Oh, I want to see where it is. Where is it? Well, there it is. Is that the shot? That cool? That's like the NFL, isn't it? How far over can he go? Can he go over further? Huh?
He's trying to get low.
Huh?
He's trying to get low now.
You should go right over the stadium. Just.
Last of the day, breaking heart of the light. All of my soldiers with me, we alright. Ain't no stopping once the red light turns green. I will not move, until they hurt me. I go hard, straight fly for the bird team. Try and stop me, then you gon' need surgery. They can't serve me, whether or hater. On my way to glory, baby, I'll see you later. Ain't nobody promised this. You can take my accomplishments. Better find your niche, 'cause you got in the wrong lane. Call me anything besides the king. Calling me by the wrong name. The wrong change is, and it won't change. This is my life. This is not a game. I plan on the part. If they let me, ask me if you ready for war. I'ma tell you how you ready. Fresh off the fly. Coming for that top slide. That's right.
How high up can he go?
Fresh off the fly. Coming for that top slide. It's like we can go in. Got it done when they said I couldn't do it. I never stopped the bullish. Kept it moving.
Said he could go 400 feet.
You should go way up. Is he at 400? No. He's not at 400 right now.
Said he's like 110.
He's at 110? You should go up to 400. Can you talk to him or not? You're talking to Dom? ever talking to Drew, tell him I want him to go up to at least 300. job by Dominic getting the van. It's good. That's good.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fond du Lac Cardinal High School football on RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. Greg Stensland with you tonight on a hot, humid autumn evening. It takes autumn to get our first day of summer, the hottest day of the year today in Fond du Lac and across most of the state of Wisconsin. And it's the Fond du Lac High School homecoming football game, the Cardinals and the Oshkosh North Spartans on RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. We'll be back with more of the pregame show straight ahead.
Here are your Fond du Lac High School marching Cardinals.
Welcome back to Fruth Field. Greg Stensland, RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports, and the Commonwealth Construction Drone Zone providing the impressive aerial coverage pregame just before kickoff. Drew Glazer manning the Commonwealth Construction drone high above Fruth Memorial Field. Some impressive shots, never before footage through field like you've never seen it before. The Cardinals' homecoming game, a great homecoming parade about an hour ago, made its way north on Main Street, turning to the west on 9th and past Linden Avenue by the former Goodrich High School and the football field tonight. Great job by everybody participating in the homecoming parade, including the Fond du Lac High School marching band. Chase Lau engineering the broadcast tonight. Student at St. Mary Springs High School, Dominic Vanderscher on the camera. Drew Glazer right now manning the Commonwealth Construction drone. A lot of sponsors for tonight's football game. Video sponsors that make this game possible include Jackson Call Insurance, Taco Bell, Summit Automotive, Everson and Gibbs, attorneys at law, Hopper's Custom Silk Screening, and All-Star Trophy. High school football tonight brought to you by NEBAT, by the Leb Insurance Group, Anders Auto Parts, BCI Burke, Doyle, Kelly, Family Dentistry, and by FloorQuest, Spectrum Call Center, Commonwealth Construction, and Sarower Dentistry. Fond du Lac coming into tonight's football game 4-1 on the season. They lost their opening game at Fruth Field against Kimberly, and they've won 4 straight. Last week we were in Hortonville, and the Cardinals had no trouble beating the Polar Bears 42-19. For Oshkosh North, it's been a struggle this year. A young squad, and head coach Justin Wera has had his challenges. Oshkosh North is 0-5 on the season, looking for their first victory, but tough sledding tonight against a team that is 4-1, 1-0 in conference play and playing their homecoming football game. The pregame show will continue in a moment. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and much more in the opening kickoff straight ahead on RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports.
Graduation day. A time for parents to beam with pride as your youngsters embark on a swell future. All but one, that is. You see, Billy thought it would be neat to try Taco Bell's new boldly seasoned naked chicken chips dipped in a sinful side of nacho cheese sauce. By graduating to these crispy triangles of temptation, the only diploma Billy will receive is a master's degree in being hooked.
Actually, it's a bachelor's in fine arts, and these things are awesome.
What a waste.
Brought to you by the Council for Eating Fried Chicken the same way you always have, and not Taco Bell.
Greg Stensland with RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. Drew Glazer was in the Commonwealth Construction drone zone for the last several minutes, getting those unbelievable aerial shots of Fruit Field. And he's down in the booth now and engineering tonight's broadcast. That is impressive to see Fruit Field from what you got about 200 feet up in the air, close to 200 feet. And great shots of Fruit Field and the crowd. It puts things into perspective. There's no doubt about that. Chase Lau is here as well, and Dominic Vandersheer on the camera tonight for RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. Cardinals have run off four wins in a row after losing their opening game at home against Kimberly. There's an interesting matchup tonight. Kimberly, with that long 3-year winning streak, plays Neenah, and Neenah at 4-1 on the season as well. So a tough matchup tonight. We'll be interested to see how that game plays out. Fond du Lac coming off a big victory, 42-19 against Hortonville last week. It's going to be interesting to see how the heat and humidity plays into tonight's game. A lot of fans that I was talking to leading up to tonight's football game saying, you look at it on paper and it doesn't look like much of a matchup. Maybe we'll see running clock. We'll see. The Cardinals clearly are the heavy favorite here tonight. It's homecoming at Fond du Lac High School tonight. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening kickoff straight ahead on RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports.
Good luck to all area sports teams this season from Anders Auto Parts of Fond du Lac. When you're looking for quality paint and parts, Anders Auto Parts is the place to go. Anders Auto Parts has been serving the automotive paint and parts market since 1956. Anders features PPG automotive and industrial paints, quality name brand auto parts, and an experienced, knowledgeable staff ready to assist you. Anders is located at 16 West Sibley Street, just off of North Main Street. Call Anders first at 922-3390. Good luck to all area teams from Anders Auto Parts.
Come and grow with Burke. We are a company on the move and are looking for great people that want to grow with us. Hi, I'm Mike Phelan, President and CEO at Burke, a local company that creates quality and innovative playground equipment. Our team maintains a culture of enthusiasm, innovation, and customer service. We are currently looking for full-time first and third shift manufacturing employees. Burke offers a competitive wage and benefits package, on-the-job training, and a signing bonus. Learn more about our open positions at bciburke.com. That's bciburke.com.
If you're looking for a job where you play an important role in your company and work in a supportive team environment, join Spectrum today. As a customer service representative, you'll represent the nation's fastest growing TV, internet, and voice company and help bring Spectrum services to the communities we serve. We offer a competitive salary, best-in-class benefits, complimentary services, paid training, and excellent opportunities for growth and advancement. Interested? Go to jobs.spectrum.com today.
The Commonwealth Companies, a team of highly experienced developers, contractors, property managers, and landscape professionals. Since 2001, Commonwealth has been a leader in innovative real estate development of affordable housing, superior and cost-efficient construction processes, state-of-the-art property operations, and creative landscape projects. Commonwealth projects reflect their commitment to the community. The adaptive reuse of existing buildings continues to lead us down the path of an expanding and diversified development portfolio. Good luck to all area teams on your trek to a state title from everyone at the Commonwealth Companies.
At Summit Automotive, we treat you like family.
We're right here off Highway 41 in Fond du Lac.
And we have one of the largest selections of vehicles.
That's right, over 400 to choose from.
At Summit Automotive.
New Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams.
And one of the largest used car and truck selections.
That means you can drive one home today.
We'll give you our best deals.
Our best service.
Our best value.
You have our word on it.
Hablamos español.
Come see us. We'll go
the extra mile for you.
At Summit Automotive, Fond du Lac.
The national anthem performed by the Fond du Lac High School Marching Band on this homecoming night at Fruth Field. Hot, humid weather. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, and it feels like an oven in the press box. You know it's hot in here when you step outside the press box. It feels like there's a cool breeze. There's not a cool breeze out there. It's because it is so hot in here. And it still is very hot and sticky out on the field as well. Taking a look at our starting lineups. First for Oshkosh North. At wide receiver, a 5'7" junior, number 9, Antipone Tao. The quarterback, a 5'9", 175-pound sophomore, Stephen Kemper. At receiver, 5'7", a senior, number 21, Jose Rodriguez. On the offensive line, a 6'2", 200-pound junior, number 40, Ian Leifgren. At center, a 6'1", sophomore, number 55, Andrew McAvoy. Also on the offensive line for the Spartans, a 5'10", 195-pound junior, number 58, A.J. Basaw. 6'1", 205-pound sophomore, number 64, Brandon Lloyd. At guard, 6'2", 250-pound senior, number 68, Jeff Annis. And at tackle, 6 foot, 240-pound senior, number 71, Brandon Lee. Wide receiver, 5'10", senior, Chandler Spanbauer. And at tight end, a 6'4", 190-pound senior, number 88, Tyler Gooden. For the Cardinals, Noah Wenger, a 6-foot senior at wide receiver, along with Peyton Nett, a 6-foot senior. Henry Lang is the tight end, a 6'2", 225-pound senior. Jack Cole, the quarterback, a 6-foot senior. Parker Vaness, the fullback, 5'6", 190-pound senior, and Colton Wasilewski, a 5'9", 210-pound senior tailback. On the offensive line, Andrew Stone, 6'1", 255 pounds. Joe Schlagenhalf, 5'11", 255. Riley Neal at center, 5'11", 230. Luke Miller, 6'1", 260, a junior at one tackle. And Logan Barant, the other tackle, 6'3", 265 pounds. Oshkosh North will receive the opening kickoff. Antipone Tao is back deep for the Spartans, standing at his own 5-yard line. And the Cardinals ready to boot the ball away. The 2017 homecoming game is underway. And it's taken at the 5-yard line by Rodriguez. He gets it out maybe to the 20-yard line where he is dropped. Tackle made by Eli Siekman. And so the Spartans will start with the football at their own 21-yard line. Miller on defense for the Cardinals. Byron Sobel and Garrett Spott on the defensive line. Also number 48 for Fond du Lac, Adam Hopper. The front four for the Cardinals. From the shotgun formation, there's a bobbled snap and a fumble on the first play of the game. And the Cardinals recover. Number 14, Benview, pounced on the loose ball. And the quarterback, Kemper, never got a handle on the football after it was snapped. And Fond du Lac, just 10 seconds into this game, recovers a fumble. Jack Cole at quarterback. Vaness in the backfield. Eben Sauer is starting at tailback for the Redbirds. Cole bends in over his center, gives the ball to Sauer, breaks a tackle at the 15, down to the 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown. 19-yard touchdown run by Eben Sauer on the first offensive play for the Cardinals following the fumble recovery, and it comes with 11:42, just 18 seconds into this game. 11:42 left to play in the first. Shabrol with the extra point attempt. Ball is on the block. It's good. 11:42 left to go. Opening quarter, 7-0 Fond du Lac. We're back in 1 minute.
Dr. Kathy Doyle and her team realize that teamwork is the key to success. From the team at Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry, call 907-1400. That's 907-1400.
Everson and Gibbs LLC attorneys at law provide you with all your legal needs, from corporate, business planning, personal injury, estate planning, and family law. Contact Everson and Gibbs today at 920-922-7113 for all your legal needs.
Jared Shebrel with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. The Cardinals recover a Spartan fumble on the first play of the game. One play later, Ebenshauer takes it in from 19 yards out. The extra point is good. Fond du Lac on the board, 7-0. Oshkosh North looking for their first victory of the year. Don't think it will come tonight, playing the Cardinals at home. Fond du Lac High School homecoming. Shebrel, high, short kick. Rodriguez fields and fumbles, loose ball. Cardinals recover at the 27-yard line. Number 28 for Fond du Lac, Jared Shebrel, the kicker, got the fumble recovery. This one is going to be over early, folks. 7-0 Cardinals with the ball at the Oshkosh North 27-yard line. Let's see if Fond du Lac keeps it on the ground or tries to throw a pass for a touchdown. Colton Wasilewski is in at tailback for Fond du Lac at the 27-yard line. And now we've got a timeout. The Cardinals had some trouble getting a player in for that play, and they're forced to burn a timeout. 7-0 Fond du Lac. 11:37 left to go in the opening quarter. We're back in 30 seconds.
Quality service savings every day. That's what you've come to expect from us at FloorQuest, your flooring and cabinetry destination. We've always provided the best quality flooring and cabinetry for your home, and now our inspired cabinetry and flooring products are doing that more than ever before. Get inspired today and save. In stock, expanded selection, everyday low pricing, along with interior design help and professional installation means the best is in store for you at FloorQuest, Washburn Street in Oshkosh, Rolling Meadows Drive, Fond du Lac.
All right, Cardinals following the short timeout have their play called. I formation, wide receivers left and right. Wasilewski, the tailback. He gets the call, left-hand side. Hit, breaks one tackle. Surges forward for a couple of yards on the play. It'll be second down and about 6 or 7 yards to go. 3-yard pickup to the 24-yard line. Jack Cole at quarterback got the play from the sideline back into the huddle. Noah Wenger is the wide receiver to the far side. Peyton Nett is the wideout to the right. Drew Jorgensen in the slot. Back to pass. Cole rolling out. Flips it into the flat. Caught by Wasilewski. Breaks a tackle. That's Parker Vaness. Down the sideline. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Vaness out of the backfield catches a Jack Cole pass and takes it in from 24 yards out. And the Cardinals up 13-0. $10:50 left to go in the first quarter. Shebrel with the extra point. It's good. Just under 11 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. 14-0 Fond du Lac. We're back in a minute.
Hoppers, the name you know and trust for silk screening, trophies, and awards, is now proud to offer online ordering. Go to hopperwear.com and order your team spirit wear. Choose your school. Choose your brand, like Under Armour and Nike. Your logo, your look, your school from Hoppers. Get started by ordering yours now at hopperwear.com. That's hopperwear.com. Hopper Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, 77 North Main Street, Fond du Lac.
Back at Fruit Field, Greg Stensland for RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports, along with Drew Glazer, Dominic Vandersheer. On the video tonight, Chase Lau is here. 14-0. Cardinals capitalizing on a pair of Oshkosh North turnovers in the first minute of the game. Two turnovers in the first minute of the game by the Spartans. Shebrel, ball high in the air. It was fumbled the last time. Up the middle, looking for a seam. Chandler Spanbauer takes it out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. This will be the Spartans' third offensive touch in the first minute. They fumbled on the first play from scrimmage. They fumbled and turned the ensuing kickoff by the Cardinals after the Cardinals scored. Now they've got it a third time. Kempfer at quarterback with one back in the backfield, and Kempfer is going to keep it. Hopper is going to grab him, and down he goes for a loss of 5. Back to the 24. 2nd and 15. Adam Hopper wasn't fooled at all. Man in motion through the backfield, and Kempfer is back to pass. Far side caught by Rodriguez and dropped right there by Raditz. After a gain of about 7 on the play. 3rd down and 4. Ball resting at the 34-yard line of Oshkosh North. Two receivers to each side of the football field on 3rd down and 4. Kempfer will keep it himself, and he is hit and dropped for a loss. No running room whatsoever. He ran right into the arms of Nick Osmos, who made the stop for a loss of a yard on the play. Maybe no gain, 4th down, and Oshkosh North will punt the ball away. Sauer and Net are back at their own 40-yard line for the Cardinals. End over end kick going to be taken by Net. Drops it at the 36, picks it up. Angles to the far side and rodeoed out of bounds across the 45 at about the 47-yard line. Cardinals with outstanding field position. Just under 9 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. 14-0 Fondy. And an injured player, Peyton Nett, is being tended to. Not sure what the situation is. The trainer comes out. Net is sitting down at about the 44-yard line. We've got an injury timeout. 14-0 Fond du Lac. We'll take a timeout here and be back in a moment.
Hi, this is Don Barclay. Listen for the Leb Insurance Group Player of the Game as part of tonight's broadcast.
The Leb Insurance Group offers individual and family medical plans, Medicare options, vision, dental, life insurance, and much more.
LebInsuranceGroup.com to get in touch with their team. The Leb Insurance Group of Fond du Lac.
Call 920-243-4100 to speak to one of our licensed agents ready to answer all of your questions. Or log on to LebInsuranceGroup.com.
Insurance simplified. The Leb Insurance Group of Fond du Lac.
Back at Fruit Field, Greg Stensland for RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. Peyton Nett jogging off the field under his own power. Hot and humid. The players going to be drinking plenty of water and Gatorade tonight. Stay hydrated. So the football, Cardinals have it on offense at their own 47-yard line with their third offensive possession in the first 3 minutes of the game. Oshkosh North got the opening kickoff, fumbled the ball away on their first play. Cardinals scored on the next play. Kicked off. Oshkosh North fumbled the kickoff. Cardinals scored 2 plays later. Cole out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. Jorgensen with a Cardinal first down to the Spartan 40. Jack Cole with a strong arm. The thing that is impressive about Jack Cole is, number one, when he sees an open receiver, he doesn't hesitate. He has a quick release. But when he's in trouble, he just seems to sense when he has to get out of the pocket and scramble, and he's able to do that. Now we've got movement. Oshkosh North jumped, but did the Cardinals move first? The referees say yes. Illegal procedure penalty moves the ball back to the 45. Zach Dilling checks into the Cardinal lineup with the play. Drew Jorgensen is split wide to the left and Dilling wide to the right on first down and 15 from the Spartan 45. Sauer is going to get the carry inside the 40 and bowls his way over a defender to the 38. Picks up 7, and it's second down and long. Second down and 8. Ball resting near the middle of the football field at the Spartan 38. Wenger is the wide receiver to the left-hand side. Dilling splits out wide to the right. Cole from the shotgun, and Sauer is his tailback standing next to him, and he gets the carry up the middle. And he dives close to a first down. He's going to be short by about a yard. Ball is going to be marked at the 31. Third and short for Fond du Lac. Third down and a yard to go for Fond du Lac. Ball at the 31-yard line, and Sauer gets the carry. He's got the first down to the 25. He needed a yard, and he gets 6. You get a feeling in a game like this, and realizing that Oshkosh North has struggled this year, and just watching the way this first quarter is unfolding, that the only thing that can stop the Cardinals in a game like this tonight is the Cardinals. If they play clean football and don't make mistakes, you just you just get a sense that they're going to score every time they touch the ball. Cole back to throw. Pass is caught, but it's out of bounds. Wenger, the intended receiver on the far side. 2nd down and 10. Wenger will check out. Jorgensen will check in. 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Vaness and Sauer behind Cole, who bends in over his center. Sauer will get the carry, tripped up inside the 25 and dives ahead to about the 22. 3rd and 7 for Fond du Lac. Need to get to the 15-yard line for a first down. Cole, play action, rolling out to his right, has a man wide in the open. Ben View in the end zone for a touchdown. Five and a half minutes left to go in the first quarter, and the Cardinals already up by 3 touchdowns. Penalty flag may bring this one back. A late penalty flag is going to bring the touchdown pass back. The score comes off the board. Instead of a 21-0 lead, the lead is 14-0, and the Cardinals have 3rd down and 22 yards to go. Ball marched all the way back to the 37-yard line. From the shotgun, Cole rolling out, throwing a middle screen to Sauer. He's got some running room. Another penalty flag thrown. Sauer down the sideline into the end zone for a touchdown. Flags everywhere. And I think they're calling this one back as well. Referees are conferring, 3 of them huddled up, talking this one over. I can tell you this, when Sauer caught the ball, there were no Spartan players near him. They're going to call a holding penalty and an illegal man downfield penalty, and back-to-back touchdowns called back. What did I say just a moment ago? The only thing that can stop the Cardinals tonight are the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Penalties have really hurt the Cardinals in a couple of games this year. But they were fortunate enough to still win those games. 3rd down and almost 30 yards to go. Cardinals going backward. Cole back to throw. Over the middle. Man wide in the open. Jorgensen with the first down inside the 10. And the Cardinals are knocking on the door. And no penalty flags this time. You can just see the confidence of quarterback Jack Cole, even in that situation, 3rd and 27. It's like we're going to get in the open. You can just feel it. 1st and goal. Just outside the Spartan 6. Sauer gets the carry and follows his blockers inside the 5 down to about the 2-yard line, the 2 or 3 yard line. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Vaness, the fullback. Sauer, the tailback. Cole bends in over center. Second down and goal. Sauer, the carry off right tackle to the goal line and into the end zone for a touchdown. Eben Sauer with the 3-yard run, his second touchdown of the night. So the Cardinals scoring delayed by almost a minute and a half after they scored their first of 3 touchdowns on this drive. The extra point is good. I'll explain that in just a moment. 21-0 Fond du Lac, and we're back in a minute.
We're proud to be part of life's special milestones. National Exchange Bank and Trust is a locally owned independent bank with big bank abilities
and convenience for all our customers in the form of competitive market-driven banking products and solutions. Greater access with more locations and ATMs across southeastern Wisconsin. And quality customer care from familiar faces and friendly voices that you've come to know and trust.
National Exchange Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back at Fruth, 21-0 Fond du Lac. It took, in that last minute and a half, Fond du Lac scored 3 touchdowns in a minute and a half. Unfortunately, 2 of them were called back because of penalties. Fond du Lac up 21-0. This is a game with, as hot and sticky as it is, it's going to be nice for the players to have running clock in that second half. $35-point lead, and that's when the running clock will start in the second half. Eben Sauer with 2 touchdown runs in this first quarter. Kickoff into the end zone for a touchback, and North will get it at their 20. 4 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Fond du Lac had a touchdown pass on that last series, called back because of a penalty. Came right back after that penalty and scored another touchdown that was called back because of another penalty. Then it took a couple of running plays, but they finally on 3rd and 27, they got the ball down to the 6-yard line, and then a couple plays later took it in. North goes back to work. Kempfer under pressure, trying to scramble out of trouble, and then he throws it away to avoid the sack. The entire defensive line for the Cardinals was putting pressure on the quarterback for Oshkosh North, and we've got a penalty flag. And intentional grounding. I was wondering about that. There were no receivers for Oshkosh North in the area where the football was thrown. So that is a loss of yardage and a loss of down. Ball will be marked off from where the pass was thrown. Back to the 7-yard line. It's 2nd down and 25. Kempfer back to throw, under pressure, and he throws it incomplete. Almost sacked by Ben View. Garrett Spott was in there as well, putting pressure on the quarterback. 3rd down and 23 yards to go with the ball at the 7-yard line of Oshkosh North. Hopper, Sobel, Spot in there for the Cardinals. Jacob Cotton is there as well. Here's a pass. It's going to be picked off. Carson Raditz stepped in front of the throw. The quarterback under tremendous pressure. Raditz picked it off and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. All Cardinals here in this first quarter. Wow. Carson Raditz just having a great season all around, and that was part Carson and part defensive line putting tremendous pressure on the quarterback Kempfer. Extra point splits the uprights. 3:42 left to play opening quarter. 28-0 Fond du Lac on a roll. We're back in a minute.
To feel good about your smile and your dentist, visit Sauer Dental. They are dedicated to personalized dental care. So for your family dental needs, visit Dr. Todd Sauer at 845 South Main Street in Fond du Lac.
$28-0 Fond du Lac. Third turnover tonight by Oshkosh North. Defensive line putting pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to throw before he wanted to. Carson Raditz reading the quarterback's eyes. Great anticipation, picks it off and takes it in for a pick six. Fond du Lac's up by 4 touchdowns. We're still in the first quarter. Kick angled over toward the far side and goes into the end zone for another touchback. What do you do if you're Oshkosh North? Your quarterback doesn't have time to set up and throw. You obviously don't feel like you can run the ball. With 3:41 left to play, the only person who has run the football in this game has been your quarterback. It's tough situation. Well, here's the first handoff to a running back, and he goes nowhere. Dropped by Sobel at the line of scrimmage, and shaken up on the play is Aaron Gutermuth, still lying on his stomach. Loss of a yard on the play, and he's injured. The trainer's out there to take a look. We'll take an injury timeout with the Cardinals up 28-0. We're back after this.
Graduation day. A time for parents to beam with pride as your youngsters embark on a swell future. All but one, that is. You see, Billy thought it would be neat to try Taco Bell's new boldly seasoned naked chicken chips dipped in a sinful side of nacho cheese sauce. By graduating to these crispy triangles of temptation, the only diploma Billy will receive is a master's degree in being hooked.
Actually, it's a bachelor's in fine arts, and these things are awesome.
What a waste.
Brought to you by the Council for Eating Fried Chicken the same way you always have, and not Taco Bell.
Good luck to all area sports teams this season from Anders Auto Parts of Fond du Lac. When you're looking for quality paint and parts, Anders Auto Parts is the place to go. Anders Auto Parts has been serving the automotive paint and parts market since 1956. Anders features PPG automotive and industrial paints, quality name brand auto parts, and an experienced, knowledgeable staff ready to assist you. Anders is located at 16 West Sibley Street, just off of North Main Street. Call Anders first at 922-3390. Good luck to all area teams from Anders Auto Parts.
Come and grow with Burke. We are a company on the move and are looking for great people that want to grow with us. Hi, I'm Mike Phelan, President and CEO at Burke, a local company that creates quality and innovative playground equipment. Our team maintains a culture of enthusiasm, innovation, and customer service. We are currently looking for full-time first and third shift manufacturing employees. Burke offers a competitive wage and benefits package, on-the-job training, and a signing bonus. Learn more about our open positions at bciburke.com. That's bciburke.com.
If you're looking for a job where you play an important role in your company and work in a supportive team environment, join Spectrum today. As a customer service representative, you'll represent the nation's fastest growing TV, internet, and voice company and help bring Spectrum services to the communities we serve. We offer a competitive salary, best-in-class benefits, complimentary services, paid training, and excellent opportunities for growth and advancement. Interested? Go to jobs.spectrum.com today.
All right, back at Fruth Field, and the running back Aaron Gudermuth is being helped off the field, injured on that last play, and appears to have hurt his left leg or ankle and needs assistance getting off the field. 2nd down and 11 for Oshkosh North with the ball at their own 19-yard line. That was the first running play in this quarter for Oshkosh North from a player other than the quarterback. Now in there at tailback is Keyshawn Torrance, standing next to the quarterback, and he's under pressure and a fumble. He's hit. Ball is loose. Recovered by Oshkosh North, but a tremendous hit by Hunter Hansen. Drilled the quarterback on that play. And I mean hit him hard. Loss on the play back to the, where are they going to mark the football? The 12? Ball back to the 11-yard line, so it's 2nd and 20. Or 3rd down, excuse me. 3rd down and almost 20 yards to go. Quarterback will keep it himself and getting nowhere. Ben View was there to make the stop. I see Sabel's number in there as well, and Nick Osmus. 4th down, North will have to punt the ball away. And 2 dangerous punt returners are back for the Cardinals, Peyton Nett and Eben Sauer standing at the Spartan 40. The Spartans will be kicking out of their end zone, but they're going to call a timeout first. 2:41 left to go in the, we're still in the first quarter. 28-0 Fond du Lac. We're back in 30 seconds.
The Commonwealth Companies, a team of highly experienced developers, contractors, property managers, and landscape professionals. Since 2001, Commonwealth has been a leader in innovative real estate development of affordable housing, superior and cost-efficient construction processes, state-of-the-art property operations, and creative landscape projects. Commonwealth projects reflect their commitment to the community. The adaptive reuse of existing buildings continues to lead us down the path of an expanding and diversified development portfolio. Good luck to all area teams on your trek to a state title from everyone at the Commonwealth Companies.
Greg Stensland, RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. All Fond du Lac tonight in the first quarter, 28-0. And now Oshkosh North to punt the ball out of their own end zone. Sauer and Nett standing inside the Spartan 40. The kick is blocked. It comes out across the 20 to about the 26-yard line, and that might have actually benefited the Spartans somehow. The ball was tipped. The ball was tipped near the goal line by one of the Cardinal players. I'm not sure who, but it still managed to go forward and then took a Spartan roll all the way out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. And honestly, that was as good an outcome as you could have expected from the Spartans, because I guarantee you, either one of those return guys, Nett or Sauer, from the 35-yard line would have brought it back a lot farther than the 27. Handoff straight up the middle. A lot of running room for Wasilewski. He bounces off 2 or 3 Spartan players and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Colton Wasilewski, and it's 34-0 Fond du Lac. A 27-yard run for the big guy. I don't know how many tackles he broke on that run, but he just 3 tackles at least. And the extra point is up and good. 2:20 left to go. The Cardinals have poured it on with 35 points in the first quarter. We're back in a minute.
At Summit Automotive, we treat you like family.
We're right here off Highway 41 in Fond du Lac.
And we have one of the largest selections of vehicles.
That's right, over 400 to choose from.
At Summit Automotive.
New Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams.
And one of the largest used car and truck selections.
That means you can drive one home today.
We'll give you our best deals.
Our best service.
Our best value.
You have our word on it.
Hablamos español.
Come see us. We'll go
the extra mile for you.
At Summit Automotive, Fond du Lac.
Back at Fruth Memorial Field, homecoming for the Cardinals, up 35-0. Colton Wasilewski taking it in from 30 yards out. About 27 yards out officially. And the Cardinals up 35-0. 2:20 left to go in the opening quarter. End over end kick. Taken at the goal line. Sam Pingle brings it out across the 20 to about the 22. I don't think Oshkosh North has positive yardage on offense. The Cardinals have moved them backward. Forced 3 turnovers, including a pick 6. Bristol Belter is with the quarterback Kempfer, who keeps the ball on first down and maybe gets a yard, maybe loses a yard back to the 20-yard line. Under 2 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. And I know that that 35-point consecutive clock, continuous clock, what I meant to say, starts in the second half. You could start it now. Kempfer keeping the ball again, running into running into Garrett Spott, who drops him after a gain of maybe only a yard. 3rd down and 10. Ball just across the original line of scrimmage for the Spartans with a little over a minute left to go in the quarter. 3 receivers are split wide to the left and 1 to the far side. 3rd down and 9.5 for Oshkosh North. Kempfer back to throw, and he's going nowhere. Spot finishes him off back inside the 15-yard line, but hit by a host of Cardinals. Jacob Cotton was there, Byron Sobel, Hunter Hansen. 4th down with half a minute left to go in the opening quarter. There's a high snap. Got to get it away quickly. Just does. Short kick. Cardinals will let it bounce at about the 40-yard line, and it'll be down there inside the 40 at the 38-yard line with 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. We're going to see a lot of players for Fond du Lac who will have an opportunity to get some really good quality playing time tonight. A lot of the younger players that don't see a lot of action are going to get some playing time tonight. fact, I think we're already going to see some of those players for Fond du Lac. Number 15 is the quarterback, Ben Birschbach. And Birschbach will turn and hand the ball off to James Reel. Takes the ball to the 30-yard line, and that's the final play of the first quarter. After one on RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports, Fond du Lac up 35-0. Back with the second quarter after this timeout.
Dr. Kathy Doyle and her team realize that teamwork is the key to success. From the team at Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry, call 907-1400. That's 907-1400.
Everson and Gibbs LLC attorneys at law provide you with all your legal needs, from corporate, business planning, personal injury, estate planning, and family law. Contact Everson and Gibbs today at 920-922-7113 for all your legal needs.
Quality service savings every day. That's what you've come to expect from us at FloorQuest, your flooring and cabinetry destination. We've always provided the best quality flooring and cabinetry for your home, and now our inspired cabinetry and flooring products are doing that more than ever before. Get inspired today and save. In stock, expanded selection, everyday low pricing, along with interior design help and professional installation means the best is in store for you at FloorQuest, Washburn Street in Oshkosh, Rolling Meadows Drive, Fond du Lac.
Hoppers, the name you know and trust for silk screening, trophies, and awards, is now proud to offer online ordering. Go to hopperwear.com and order your team spirit wear. Choose your school, choose your brand, like Under Armour and Nike. Your logo, your look, your school from Hoppers. Get started by ordering yours now at hopperwear.com. That's hopperwear.com. Hoppers Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, 77 North Main Street, Fond du Lac.
Back at Fruth as we start this second quarter of play, 35-0. Fond du Lac in the lead, and a lot of the reserve players are in there now, including the running back Reel, who gets the carry and takes it inside the 30-yard line and close to a Cardinal first down. Birschbach is the quarterback. Dalton Peters, the senior, is the center for Fond du Lac. Carson Camacho is in there as well for Fond du Lac, number 75, lining up at left tackle. Number 51, Elijah Diedrich, is in there as well. Two wide receivers to the far side, and Reel goes straight off left tackle and picks up a Cardinal first down all the way to the 20-yard line. Number 62, Noah Harmson, is there on the offensive line for the Cardinals. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Julian Murillo checks in from the sideline with the play, and he splits out wide to the right along with Braden Colleen. Birschbach barking out the signals. Man in motion through the near side, and he turns, gives the ball to Reel, off left tackle down to the 15-yard line. James Reel slices his way for a 5 to 6 yard pickup. We'll say second down and 5 with the ball right at the 15-yard line. Jonah Diet checks into the Cardinal lineup along with John Vanna. Diet splits wide to the right, and in the slot, Murillo. Birschbach from the 15-yard line. Turned to hand the ball off. Not sure if it was a fake or kind of a mix-up, but Birschbach then kept it himself and takes it down close to the first down marker at about the 11-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down by about a yard. Nick Benke has checked into the lineup and lines up in the slot on the right-hand side, and Diet is split wide to the right on third down and a yard. James Reel gets the carry inside the 10 and appears to have a Cardinal first down. think it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. It is. So James Reel following his blockers up front, led by senior center Dalton Peters. Number 39, the running back, John Vanna, behind Berschbach at quarterback. Man in motion through the backfield. Vanna gets the carry up the middle, down to the 5-yard line, and slices his way inside the 5 to about the 4. Good blocking up front again by the Cardinals. Noah Harmson, Dalton Peters, Carson Camacho. Checking in from the sideline with the play is Brennan Lund, a 6'4" sophomore tight end. He splits out wide to the right. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Vanna gets the carry again, still on his feet, close to the goal line and into the end zone for a touchdown. Just followed his blockers up front. Hunter Murtha was there to help out blocking, and taking it in from 5 yards out and holding on to that football as he comes to the sideline is John Vanna, 5'7", sophomore running back, and it's 41-0 Cardinals early in this second quarter of play. Extra point is good. 8:20 left to go in the first half. It's homecoming, and it's all Fond du Lac, 42-0. We're back in a minute.
Hi, this is Don Barclay. Listen for the Leb Insurance Group Player of the Game as part of tonight's broadcast.
The Leb Insurance Group offers individual and family medical plans, Medicare options, vision, dental, life insurance, and much more.
LebInsuranceGroup.com to get in touch with their team. The Leb Insurance Group of Fond du Lac.
Call 920-243-4100 to speak to one of our licensed agents ready to answer all of your questions. Or log on to LebInsuranceGroup.com.
Insurance simplified. The Leb Insurance Group of Fond du Lac.
Back at Fruit Field, Greg Stensland, RadioPlusInfo.com, Video Sports. Cardinals now up 42-0. At halftime, the Cardinal Marching Band will be performing. We'll have their entire performance for you at the half. Cardinals kicking off. Everybody seeing action tonight, and we're still in the first half. Out across the 20 to the 24-yard line on the return. That was Tao on the return, and good downfield special teams coverage by the Cardinals. Oshkosh North will start at about their own 24-yard line. Spartans come up to the line of scrimmage. Kempfer is still in there at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. Left-hand side, this time running room out across the 35 and picks up a first down. And that is the first down of the ball game for Oshkosh North. And it comes with 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Big halftime show. The band is outstanding this year. Last year they have competitions that they go to across the state. Last year they did very well. And I think they'll do well again this year. First down and 10. Quarterback will keep it again. And stopped after a short gain. Ben View was there. Sabel helping out after a gain of about a yard. Clock running with 7:25 left to go in the first half. A lot of the starters on defense for the Cardinals are still there. Not all of them. 2nd down and 9. Kempfer's going to throw. Looking to the near side, diving reception. Yes, stayed in bounds, made the catch. Clock running out to the 43-yard line. Nice reception by Crumry, Brendan Crumry on the reception. He picks up 4, 3rd down and 5. So the Spartans, after picking up their first down of the game, now facing a 3rd and 5 from their own 43-yard line. The quarterback keeper is going to be stopped after a gain of only about a yard on the play. Pushed back, and the initial hit, Jacob Cotton. When you run against Jacob Cotton, you're running into a guy who's 6'1", 300 pounds. 4th down, and Oshkosh North looks like they're going to go for it from their own 45-yard line. Down 42-0, it really doesn't matter. 3 receivers split wide to the left. Kempfer on 4th down and 3, try to get the Cardinals to jump, and they do. An offside penalty will give Oshkosh North an automatic 1st down. So the quarterback changing his cadence, got the Cardinals to jump, and Oshkosh North has another 1st down, back-to-back 1st downs from the 50-yard line. Man in motion through the backfield. The quarterback will keep it again. Kempfer into Cardinal territory before he's pushed back. Gets 2 or 3 on the play. Good defense by the Cardinals tonight. Under 5 minutes left to go. Oh, they're doing the 50-50 raffle. We'll see. I picked up a couple of tickets here. Kempfer on a busted play looking for running room, and he's going to go down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 3rd and long coming up. Ball at the Cardinal 48-yard line with 4.5 minutes and counting in this first half. A reminder to stay tuned at the half. We're going to have the Cardinal Marching Band for you, performing their routine at halftime. Movement on the offensive side of things, or are they going to say the Cardinals jumped offside? I saw one of the receivers in the slot on the near side move prior to the snap, but they're going to call this penalty against Fond du Lac. So the second offside penalty against the Cardinals on this drive by the Spartans. Will move the ball inside the Cardinal 45-yard line. Clock continuing to run, 4 minutes left to go in the half. Kempfer will run the ball right-hand side, and he runs right into Mr. Hunter Hansen with help from Ben View. Got a yard on the play, 4th and short. North will go for it again. Even though we do not officially have running clock yet until the second half, it's basically been running clock here in the second quarter. Both teams have kept it on the ground. Kempfer on 4th down, and he's hauled back by Adam Hopper, who says, no, sir. Cardinals take over on downs. Adam Hopper stops the Spartan attempt to get the first down on 4th and 2. And the Cardinals offense will take over at their own 44-yard line. Oh, I did not win the 50-50 raffle, and I was going to donate it to charity if I had won. But I did not. Cardinals with Ben Burschbach at quarterback, and he's going to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, has some running room, and dragged down from behind. It looked like Burschbach had even more running room. And thanks to my wife, Peggy, for bringing us some water and saving us. We've got an injured Spartan player down on the field, and so we've got an injury timeout. 3 minutes left to go in the half. 42-0 Fond du Lac, and we're back after this.
We're proud to be part of life's special milestones. National Exchange Bank and Trust is a locally owned independent bank with big bank abilities
and convenience for all our customers in the form of competitive market-driven banking products and solutions. Greater access with more locations and ATMs across southeastern Wisconsin. And quality customer care from familiar faces and friendly voices that you've come to know and trust.
National Exchange Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
To feel good about your smile and your dentist, visit Sorauer Dental. They are dedicated to personalized dental care. So for your family dental needs, visit Dr. Todd Sorauer at 845 South Main Street in Fond du Lac.
Graduation day. A time for parents to beam with pride as your youngsters embark on a swell future. All but one, that is. You see, Billy thought it would be neat to try Taco Bell's new boldly seasoned naked chicken chips dipped in a sinful side of nacho cheese sauce. By graduating to these crispy triangles of temptation, the only diploma Billy will receive is a master's degree in being hooked.
Actually, it's a bachelor's in fine arts, and these things are awesome.
What a waste.
Brought to you by the Council for Eating Fried Chicken the same way you always have, and not Taco Bell.
Back at Fruth Field following the injury timeout. Cardinals with a 2nd down and 6. Ball at their own 48-yard line. Burschbach, the quarterback, gives the ball to Reel. Out across the 50, running room. Down the sideline and bounced out of bounds inside the 25. James Reel got a block at the line of scrimmage, bounced it to the outside, and picks up about 25 yards on the carry. Clock continues to run. I still can't get over those aerial shots with the pilot, Drew Glazer, manning the Commonwealth Construction drone zone. They've even got a helipad down there. Here's Vanna on the carry as he runs the ball on a sweep around the right-hand side inside the 15 and all the way down to about the 13-yard line and close to a first down. Are they going to measure or just give him the first down? So Fond du Lac now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Brewers winning in the bottom of the 4th over the Cubs 3-2. Must win. I think the Brewers need to at least win the series to have a chance of getting in the playoffs. I mean, it's not an impossibility, but they need to have a good series against the Cubs. Handoff, left-hand side, and not a lot of running room this time for the Cardinal running back. That is JoJo Crothers taking the handoff, number 85. Crothers is a 5'7", sophomore, 5'7", 140 pounds. Just under a minute and a half left to play in this first half. Wide receiver split wide to the right is Colleen. And to the near side, Murillo. Handoff around the left-hand side. Taking it inside the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown is Vanna with his second touchdown of the quarter. John Vanna runs it in from 13 yards out. About 7 minutes ago, he took it in from 5. It's 49-0. Cardinals in the lead. The band is lined up on the track. They're up next. Extra point is good. 65 seconds left to play in the first half. 49-0 Fondy. And we will be back in 1 minute.
Good luck to all area sports teams this season from Anders Auto Parts of Fond du Lac. When you're looking for quality paint and parts, Anders Auto Parts is the place to go. Anders Auto Parts has been serving the automotive paint and parts market since 1956. Anders features PPG automotive and industrial paints, quality name brand auto parts, and an experienced, knowledgeable staff ready to assist you. Anders is located at 16 West Sibley Street, just off of North Main Street. Call Anders first at 922-3390. Good luck to all area teams from Anders Auto Parts.
All right, 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go in the first half. John Vanna, 5'7", 145-pound sophomore running back, running it in from 13 yards out. In fact, he scored the 2 and only touchdowns for Fond du Lac here in the second quarter. 49-0. We're going to have running clock in the second half. And all of the players, I think everybody on the team sees action tonight in a game like this. Kickoff goes in and out of the end zone for a touchback, and North will get the ball. Exciting time for the marching band. It was a great parade. Made its way north. They went all the way from Gwendon Boulevard on the hottest day of the year, marching north to 9th Street, through Linden Street, excuse me, and to the stadium. That's a long march in upper 80-degree temperatures, close to 90 today. North back to throw, and it's intercepted. Picked off. Down the sideline, and we've got a penalty flag in the backfield, though this one may be coming back. The interception by Sam Hernandez, but a penalty flag again in the backfield. Is this going to be against Fond du Lac, or? The penalty goes against Fond du Lac. Roughing the passer is the call, negating the interception by Hernandez and giving Oshkosh North a first down out to the 35. Great defensive play by Hernandez, reading the quarterback. And a mental mistake by the Cardinals, hitting him hard after the ball had left his hand. And now we've got another penalty flag. And not sure what the penalty is here. Somebody lined up offside. Illegal substitution penalty. So the ball is moved back to the 30. It's 1st and 15. Probably a couple more plays left in this first half. The handoff to the running back, and he loses a yard on the play. Benview makes the initial hit for Fond du Lac, and then he gets some help. 2nd down and 16, a loss of a yard, 40 seconds and counting. This will be the final play of the half. 49-0. Dominic Vandersheer on the camera. He's going to be covering the marching band here at halftime. Handoff, and Hernandez, who made the pick just moments ago, tackles the running back, and that'll be the final play of the half. We have reached halftime here. Homecoming in Fond du Lac at Fruth Memorial Field. It's the Cardinals, all Cardinals in this first half, leading Oshkosh North 49-0. Back with the Cardinal Marching Band after this timeout.
Come and grow with Burke. We are a company on the move and are looking for great people that want to grow with us. Hi, I'm Mike Phelan, President and CEO at Burke, a local company that creates quality and innovative playground equipment. Our team maintains a culture of enthusiasm, innovation, and customer service. We are currently looking for full-time first and third shift manufacturing employees. Burke offers a competitive wage and benefits package, on-the-job training, and a signing bonus. Learn more about our open positions at bciburke.com. That's bciburke.com.
All right, welcome back to Fruth Memorial Field. Drew Glazer is heading back to the Commonwealth Construction Drone Zone with more aerial coverage. In just a moment, we've got the Fond du Lac High School Marching Band. They will be performing at halftime. We're going to be giving you their performance. It's 49-0. Fond du Lac in command. Homecoming in Fond du Lac tonight. They had the big homecoming parade, and that was impressive. The offense tonight for the Cardinals and the defense, the entire performance in the first half has been impressive, and you're about ready to be impressed by the high school marching band as they get ready to perform here at homecoming. Cardinals kicked off to start this football game, and on the very first play from scrimmage, Oshkosh North fumbled and Fond du Lac recovered. On the very next play, Eben Sauer, the tailback, ran it in from 19 yards out. That's how the game started, the first 18 seconds. One play for Oshkosh, a fumble. One play on offense for Fond du Lac, a touchdown. So Fond du Lac lines up to kick off. On the kickoff, Oshkosh North fumbles, and Fond du Lac scores again. A 24-yard touchdown pass. 1 minute into the game, Cardinals had scored 2 touchdowns. That made it 14-0. Cardinals get the ball again. Eben Sauer takes it in from 3 yards out. Make the score 21-0. Carson Raditz made it 28-0. This is all still in the first quarter with an interception return for a touchdown. And Colton Wasilewski capped off that first quarter scoring, the big tailback with a 27-yard touchdown run. That made the score 35-0 at the end of the first quarter. And then the reserves got in there and saw some playing time. John Vanna, a sophomore running back, with a 5-yard touchdown run in the second quarter and a 13-yard touchdown run, and it was 49-0, the final tally here at the halftime. The marching band ready to perform at half. Fond du Lac High School Marching Band. Fond du Lac High School dance team performing here at halftime. Greg Stensland, RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. And the marching band is just about ready to take the field to perform. Oh, yeah. Aerial footage brought to you by the Commonwealth Construction Drone Zone. Drew Glazer manning the RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports drone high above Fruth Field. The Cardinal Marching Band.
And now, taking the field for halftime entertainment are the Fond du Lac Marching Cardinals and their drum majors, Caitlin Wayner, Sydney Siebert, and Epiphany Rhodes.
Today we take you to a time of war, a time of conflict, and a time of oppression. A time where freedom is a memory, justice is outlawed, and the just must become outlaws. During this time, the people who stood for freedom became legends, and those legends are our stories, our legendary outlaws.
That's the Fond du Lac High School Marching Cardinals. They are directed by Matt McVeigh and Chris Barnes.
Fond du Lac High School Marching Band tonight performing at halftime. Homecoming at Fruth Field. What a performance by the Cardinal Marching Band. Outstanding. 49-0. Fond du Lac in command at the half. We're about 2 minutes away from the second half kickoff, and we'll be back after this timeout.
All right, Tawny fans, now we got the homecoming court for 2017, representing the freshmen Isaac Hayes and Sarah Luco. They'll be walking down the track. Freshmen Carlos Valdivia and Willow Velma. Sophomores Peyton Kern and Caitlin Flitcroft. And Sam Nielsen and Sydney Scola. The juniors, Jaron Russell and Andrea Mayweather. Another juniors, Dylan Seeloff and Liz Ziegler. Seniors, Reese Lanning and Sarah Moore. Gavin Draves and Penelope Fivecoat. And your king and queen, homecoming 2017. Eric Udlis and Megan Krelwitz. The parade winners for this year. The best costume is going to the Breakfast Club. The most spirited going to the swimming and diving. Third place going to cross country. Here we go.
The Commonwealth Companies, a team of highly experienced developers, contractors, property managers, and landscape professionals. Since 2001, Commonwealth has been a leader in innovative real estate development of affordable housing, superior and cost-efficient construction processes, state-of-the-art property operations, and creative landscape projects. Commonwealth projects reflect their commitment to the community. The adaptive reuse of existing buildings continues to lead us down the path of an expanding and diversified development portfolio. Good luck to all area teams on your trek to a state title from everyone at the Commonwealth Companies.
At Summit Automotive, we treat you like family.
We're right here off Highway 41 in Fond du Lac.
And we have one of the largest selections of vehicles.
That's right, over 400 to choose from.
At Summit Automotive.
New Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams.
And one of the largest used car and truck selections.
That means you can drive one home today.
We'll give you our best deals.
Our best service.
Our best value.
You have our word on it.
Hablamos español.
Come see us. We'll go
the extra mile for you.
At Summit Automotive, Fond du Lac.
Dr. Kathy Doyle and her team realize that teamwork is the key to success. From the team at Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry, call 907-1400. That's 907-1400.
Everson and Gibbs LLC attorneys at law provide you with all your legal needs, from corporate, business planning, personal injury, estate planning, and family law. Contact Everson and Gibbs today at 920-922-7113 for all your legal needs.
Back at Fruth Field, The halftime festivities have concluded, and we're ready to get second half action underway. There will be running clock in this second half, with the Cardinals up 49-0. The homecoming court was announced and introduced. And, of course, the high school marching band performing at halftime. What a great job by pilot Drew Glazer, manning the Commonwealth Construction drone zone with that aerial coverage of the marching band at half. Band director Matt McVeigh was extremely impressed with footage in Fond du Lac they've never seen before of the high school marching band. The first time that Fond du Lac has been able to see the marching band performing at halftime of a football game from 200 feet up. Impressive. All right, we're ready to get this second half underway on RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. Fond du Lac will get the ball to start the second half. And back deep for Fond du Lac, Nick Benke and Julian Murillo standing back at their own 15-yard line. With the Cardinals up 49-0. All Fond du Lac tonight, folks. And the second half is underway, a line drive kick. And it's picked up by Blake Schneider, and he brings it out to the 35-yard line. And the clock will run continuously. No stoppage of the clock here in the second half with a 49-0 lead. Fond du Lac's offensive unit comes out onto the field to start this second half. Ben Berschbach, a 6'1", 160-pound sophomore, is at quarterback. James Reel, the tailback, gets the carry up the middle for a short gain. Reel, a 5'6", 150-pound sophomore, seeing a lot of action in this football game. And this is good for those young players, those sophomores, to see action like this. Give them experience and quality playing time. Second down and 9 from the 34-yard line. Reel gets the carry again. He bounces out of one tackle, but they blew the whistle after he spun out of the tackle to the near side. The play had already been blown dead for a loss back to the 32-yard line. Third down and 12 for Fond du Lac. Running clock in this second half. Passing situation, although I'm not sure if Fond du Lac's going to put the ball in the air. Well, they are. The quarterback slips, and down he goes back inside the 25-yard line. Fourth down, and the punting unit will come out for Fond du Lac. So Oshkosh North holds Fond du Lac on the first possession of the second half. And the Cardinals will punt the ball away. Murillo is standing back at his own 10-yard line to punt the ball away. Waiting for the snap at his own 10-yard line. Gets it away. high end-over-end kick, a booming punt in the air, and a pretty decent kick. About a 34-yard punt, but that one went way up in the air. Fair caught at the 42 for Oshkosh North. Under 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and again, the clock will just run. And we've got Josh Guy and Michael Stensland up in the booth. A great job by the marching band. When you get a chance, go on our website, because we had this man here, Drew Glazer, pilots our drone. We've got drone footage of the marching band, 200 feet up in the air looking down. Cardinals up 49-0. And the quarterback with a penalty flag. The quarterback will keep it himself and go around the left side for a gain of a couple yards. Let's see, was it Eric Utlis and Megan Prelwitz, the king and queen for homecoming? And you guys, did you have to wear your tops too, or did you? Wow. Well, let me ask you, how hot is it? I mean, when it's 85 and humid like this, what's it like?
Well, we've been playing all day. So we started at 1 o'clock originally with all of our practices just out in the blaring sun. So it's been a long day, but it's been a lot of fun. So,
Josh, you are about 6 foot, 160 pounds coming into today. You now weigh 135.
I'm not sure if it's that dramatic of a weight loss, but I'm sure I've probably lost a couple pounds.
You guys did a great job. Yep. Clock's going to run continuously for the rest of. You guys have fun. All right. Clock's going to run continuously for the rest of this second half as Oshkosh North has the ball. Where is it marked now? At the 37-yard line, second down and about 15. The band sounded great, I thought. I thought they sounded really good. Very strong performance. Kemfer to throw. Pass incomplete on the near side in front of the Cardinal bench. Good coverage over there by Xavier Ellis. Third down and 15. By the time the Spartans snap the ball, there will be just 6 minutes left in the third. Quarterback back to throw. Steps up into the pocket. Dumps it off. It's caught. Out close to midfield. The reception made, a fine catch and run by Brendan Crumrye. But he's going to be short of the first down. So on fourth down, Oshkosh North will go for it at midfield. They need 2 yards to pick up a first down. Clock running with 5.5 minutes left to play in the third. They're going to move the ball back to the 49. So it's 4th and 3. 4th and 3 for Oshkosh North from their own 49-yard line. Kemfer keeping it. Gets down to the Cardinal 49 and pushed back, and I think he's going to be short of the first down. Are they going to give him a first down? They gave him a really good spot, and they're going to give Oshkosh North a first down at the Cardinal 48-yard line. Initially, where they had the ball marked, he was short by about a half yard, but the final spot gives him a first down at the Cardinal 48. All right, 4 receivers in the formation. Spartans just trying to get on the board. Quarterback with some running room around the left-hand side and gets close to another Spartan first down. Kemper with the quarterback keeper. Pulled down by Zach Waljasper after a gain of 9. Second down and a yard at the Cardinal 39-yard line. Good play by Wall Jasper for Fond du Lac, making the tackle. And it's second down and a yard now for the Spartans. Second and third unit players for Fond du Lac doing a good job. And how about that play by Fond du Lac's Jonah Gutzman coming up and corralling the quarterback for a short gain. Third down and a yard to go. No gain on that play thanks to Jonah Gutzman. 5'9", 205-pound defensive lineman. Third down and a yard to go. Kempfer, left-hand side, turns the corner, has the first down inside the 38 down to about the 37. He needed a yard and he got 2 before he was bounced out of bounds. Ball right at the 30. They say he stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line, so he just got the first down. Just got to the first down marker. First down and 10 from the Cardinal 38, and Kempfer back to throw, and his pass for Jose Rodriguez is incomplete. Rodriguez didn't appeared to be surprised at first that the ball was coming his way that soon. Ball's incomplete, second down and 10. Clock running, nearing 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Receivers left and right from the Cardinal 38-yard line. Kempfer again out of the shotgun and again dropping back to pass. Under pressure, pass over the middle is knocked incomplete. Intended for Crumry. It would have been a short yardage pickup even if it had been completed, but as it is, it's third down and 10. A minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Running clock on this homecoming night. All Fond du Lac tonight, 49-0. Crumry on third down. And a host of Cardinals are there to bring him down. Fletcher House made the initial hit for Fond du Lac with a minute left to go in the third quarter. Fourth down and 8 from the Cardinal 36-yard line. Fourth down and 8, Cardinals working on a shutout. And if they can hold Oshkosh North here, probably the final play of the quarter, Fond du Lac offense can run a lot of clock to start the fourth quarter. Probably the final play of the third quarter right here. Fourth down and 8 from the Cardinal 36-yard line. And now Oshkosh North calls a timeout with 29 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 49-0 Fond du Lac, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Quality service savings every day. That's what you've come to expect from us at FloorQuest, your flooring and cabinetry destination. We've always provided the best quality flooring and cabinetry for your home, and now our inspired cabinetry and flooring products are doing that more than ever before. Get inspired today and save. In stock, expanded selection, everyday low pricing, along with interior design help and professional installation means the best is in store for you at FloorQuest, Washburn Street in Oshkosh, Rolling Meadows Drive, Fond du Lac.
Back at Fruth Memorial Field, Greg Stensland, RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. Chase Lau is here, Dominic Vandersheer on the camera, and the pilot, Drew Glazer, engineering tonight's video cast. Chase Lau. Right. Fourth down and 8 from the Cardinal 36-yard line. And Oshkosh North going for it, setting up a pass on the far side. It's caught. First down. And a penalty flag thrown late on the play, but the first down pickup would put the ball at about the Cardinal 25-yard line. The flag was thrown from the Cardinal secondary. And it's going to go against Oshkosh North. And that will give the Cardinals the ball, and that ends the third quarter of play. After 3 quarters of action, 49-0 Fond du Lac. We're back in 1 minute.
Hoppers, the name you know and trust for silk screening, trophies, and awards, is now proud to offer online ordering. Go to hopperware.com and order your team spirit wear. Choose your school, choose your brand, like Under Armour and Nike. Your logo, your look, your school from Hoppers. Get started by ordering yours now at hopperware.com. That's hopperware.com. Hopper Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, 77 North Main Street, Fond du Lac.
All right, Cardinals offense back out on the field with 12 minutes left to play in this game. And again, it's continuous running clock with the Cardinals up by 7 touchdowns. Berschbach has been the quarterback since the second quarter. James Reel, the running back, gets the carry, fumbles the ball. It's picked up by the Spartans, and it is Oshkosh North football. One of the Spartan players popped the ball loose after Reel had gained about 4 or 5 yards on the play. First turnover of the game for Fond du Lac gives Oshkosh North another opportunity to get on the scoreboard. Cardinals pitching a shutout right now. But it's 1st and 10, Oshkosh North at the Cardinal 34. 1 minute into this 4th and final quarter of play. Kempfer, the quarterback, keeps it again, breaks 1 tackle. Slides inside the 30 down to the 28. Picks up 6 or 7. This hot weather expected to continue right through the weekend before cooling off, I think, early next week. Oshkosh North back up to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback keeper and going absolutely nowhere. Sabel is in there to make the stop. Osmus got a hand on the quarterback and also in there to make the tackle for Fond du Lac. Austin Botts, 3rd down and 5. Loss of 1.5 yards on the play. Kempfer's gone the distance at quarterback for Oshkosh North. His running back, Ian Leifgren, is standing next to him, but Kempfer's going to keep the ball himself. And again, not a lot of running room. Ran into a brick wall on the left-hand side. Dropped after no gain. 4th and 5 from the Cardinal 29-yard line. 9 minutes, 22 seconds left to go in the game. All Fond du Lac tonight. All right, 4th down. Maybe the last chance for Oshkosh North to get on the board. They got to keep the drive going here, and they're not going to do it. Cardinals hold on 4th down. And Osmus makes the tackle. Cardinals offense comes back out, and with running clock, they could probably run out the clock here with a few, maybe two or three first downs. Eight and a half minutes and counting in the game. Cardinals hold and will take over at their own 27-yard line. John Vanna is back in at tailback. And Birschbach is the quarterback. Number 15, Ben Birschbach, a sophomore. Gets the snap. Vanna straight up the middle and a lot of running room. And almost picks up a first down. Cardinals crushed Hortonville last week on the road. It seems like they've had a lot of road games and traveled long distances, and they have. I mean, they've been up to Menominee, Michigan, Wausau. Hortonville was an hour away. Good to come back home. Always more fun to play at home. Vanna gets the carry again, and this time not a lot of running room. Maybe loses a yard on the play, back to the close to the 35. Are they going to give him forward progress to the 36? All right. 3rd down and a yard. Under 7 minutes left to go in the game. Pick up a first down here. All you need is a yard. Vanna, the tailback. Cardinals out of the shotgun. Vanna gets the carry. And he's close to a first down before he's pushed back. It all depends on where the officials think his forward progress was stopped. He's got a first down. 6 minutes left to go. Cardinals will likely just keep the ball on the ground and try to run out the clock. Great weekend for doing stuff outside with sunny, hot temperatures. Birschbach on the quarterback keeper is going to be dropped for a loss back to the 35. I think the high temps for this weekend are, I think they're in the mid-50s. Still almost 80 degrees out right now. 90 for a high tomorrow. 88 for a high on Sunday. 87 for a high on Monday. And then I guess some thunderstorm possibilities, some thunder showers moving through Tuesday that will cool things off a bit. Back into the 60s by the middle part of the week. Birschbach on a broken play. Turned to hand the ball off, and his running back wasn't expecting the handoff, and Birschbach tucked it in and got back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10. Clock continues to run. High temp next Friday, a week from today. Today is close to 90. High temp a week from today, 62. 62. Highs in the low 60s next weekend, a difference of almost 30 degrees. Birschbach's going to throw. It's caught. A beautiful reception by Jonah Diaz inside the 35-yard line of Oshkosh North, and the Cardinals probably will be able to run out the clock here. I'm looking at these temperatures. I can't believe 90 tomorrow. We didn't hit 90 degrees one day this summer. And they're talking about 90 degrees tomorrow. And here we are, what is it, 8:53 on a Friday evening, end of September, and it's 77 out. And here's a handoff and a good run around the right-hand side by JoJo Crothers, picking up another Cardinal first down. Clock running, 3.5 minutes and counting. They may get in the end zone before running out the clock, the way they're moving the ball right now. Have to admit, I was a little surprised they put the ball in the air. But this gives these players that experience. First down and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line. Quarterback will turn, and Crothers gets the carry again down close to the 11-yard line. Running backs for Fond du Lac right now, I mean, we're not talking big guys. We're talking strong and quick guys. Crothers is 5'7", 140. James Reel, who has been in there, is 5'6", 150. John Vanna, who has 2 touchdowns, 5'7", 145. Little guys, I mean, they're not big, but they're strong, and they're very quick. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Crothers, again, the tailback, would expect him to get the call, and he fakes the handoff. Berschbach keeps it himself inside the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. Ben Berschbach taking it in for the score. And it's 55-0. 10-yard run. Extra point. The extra point attempt for Fond du Lac will be Julian Murillo. The clock does stop momentarily for touchdowns and extra points. Ball is on the block, and the kick is up, and it's good. 2 minutes left to go. 56-0 Fond du Lac. We're back in 1 minute.
Hi, this is Don Barclay. Listen for the Leb Insurance Group Player of the Game as part of tonight's broadcast.
The Leb Insurance Group offers individual and family medical plans, Medicare options, vision, dental, life insurance, and much more.
LebInsuranceGroup.com to get in touch with their team. The Leb Insurance Group of Fond du Lac.
Call 920-243-4100 to speak to one of our licensed agents ready to answer all of your questions. Or log on to LebInsuranceGroup.com.
Insurance simplified. The Leb Insurance Group of Fond du Lac.
Like to thank all of our fine video sponsors this year: Jackson Call Insurance, Taco Bell, Summit Automotive, Everson and Gibbs, attorneys at law, Hoppers, custom silk screening, and All-Star Trophy. Video sports brought to you by NEBAT, the Leb Insurance Group, Anders Auto Parts, and by BCI Burke, Doyle, Kelly, Family Dentistry, FloorQuest. Also brought to you by Spectrum Call Center, Commonwealth Construction, and Sarower Dentistry. Kick goes out of bounds, and Oshkosh North will get the ball at the 35. And, of course, the Commonwealth Construction Drone Zone. Drew Glazer is our pilot. Some of the shots that he's able to get, he's undergone extensive training, went to drone school, has his literally has his pilot's license, right? I mean, this is a big deal. And some of the footage that you've seen this fall on High School Sports is footage that, if you've lived in Fond du Lac, frankly, you've never seen before. And it's impressive. It's really cool to see. That drone has its own, and there it is. This is what was up in the air right behind me. Can I touch it? Am I allowed to touch it? Are these, they're not very heavy at all. It's got its own helipad. All right, we've got an official's timeout. Still haven't started the clock. Have a substitution for the Cardinals. We'll start the clock and run a couple plays, and this game will be over. That one's going nowhere. Cardinals have been all over this Oshkosh North team. Austin Botts, a 5'9", 185-pound junior defensive end. Got another injured Oshkosh North player down on the field. That'll stop the clock with 2 minutes left to go with this injury timeout. 56-0. No, Drew doesn't have a microphone here, but I mean, how many hours of drone school did you go to?
It was an 8-hour class, and like study-wise, it took a lot of time because you have to know stuff that actual legitimate commercial airline pilots know. So it took a little bit to study, probably about 2 weeks worth of studying, and then you have to take an extensive test and read aerial maps, understand coordinates, longitude, latitude, understand all of that.
Well, I mean, it is impressive to see the are you afraid? I mean, I know you've done this, but are you afraid of something ever going wrong or being able to control it, or is it once you learn how to do this, is it easier than it looks?
The first time I was pretty nervous about it, but like tonight, you just kind of get the hang of it. You get in a pattern, and you gotta make sure you balance looking at the screen of the actual footage versus where the drone is in the sky. You gotta check the surroundings because the camera only looks one way. So you gotta make sure no birds or flying people are coming to get you.
I will tell you this, it's really cool also to see that drone in the, well, it's cool before the game when it's still light out. And then at night when you see it, it's like a UFO. It's really cool. Clock running under 2 minutes left to go in the game. Injured player gets a round of applause as he goes off to the sideline, and Oshkosh North will run a couple plays. That one went absolutely nowhere thanks to Sean Juergensmeyer. Might be the final 2 or 3 plays of this game. Ball back to the 30-yard line. Cardinals will go to 5-1 on the season. Winning their homecoming game, that's always a cool thing. Quarterback keeper for no gain, under a minute left to go. One more snap and this game's over. Clock continuing to run. I don't know, maybe they won't even snap the ball. Down to 45 seconds left. Recap the scoring. Back in the first, the Cardinals recovered a fumble on the first play of the game. On the very next play, Evan Sauer took it in from 19 yards out to make it 7-0. The ensuing kickoff was fumbled, and the Cardinals scored again with Parker Vaness. A 24-yard pass out of the backfield. Final play of the game coming right up here for Oshkosh North. Going to be a running play around the right-hand side. And that'll be the final play of the game. Final score, 56-0. Fond du Lac wins their homecoming game 2017. Eben Sauer scored another touchdown run to make it 21-0. This is all in the first quarter. Carson Raditz intercepted a pass and took it in to the end zone for a touchdown to make it 28-0. And the Cardinals ended the onslaught in that first quarter with a Colton Wasilewski 27-yard touchdown run, 35-0 after one. They scored a couple of touchdowns in the second quarter to make it 49-0 at halftime. And quarterback Ben Birschbach with a 10-yard run just moments ago to make it 56-0. Like to thank Chase Lau tonight, engineering work, doing camera work. Dominic Vandersheer with outstanding work on the camera. And for the pilot, engineer Drew Glazer, I'm Greg Stensland for RadioPlusInfo.com Video Sports. Fond du Lac 56-0. Have a great weekend, everybody.